What's the big secret behind Doctor Who's mysterious new Doctor? Last season of Doctor Who left some fans with mixed feelings. While most were on board for the new plucky version of the Doctor portrayed by Jodie Whittaker, the refusal to have the season turn to Doctor Who's big toy box of characters and enemies left many Whovians wanting more. But all of that has seemingly changed when Series 12 kicked off this year, and needless to say, fans are buzzing. It has brand new mysteries, old foes like the Master, and a ton of Gallifreyan lore out the wazoo. However, it's the most recent episode that not only had fans' jaws dropping, but also making waves for non-fans as well. And some are hailing this episode as a game changer already. And rightfully so, because it might change everything that you thought you knew about the Doctor. Now, of course, it's the revelation that, spoiler alert, there is another Doctor out there, somehow. Now, obviously, this episode of Nerdist News, as I mentioned, is going to have heavy spoilers for this latest outing of Doctor Who, specifically Series 12, Episode 5's Fugitive of the Judoon. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, jump into your TARDIS and time travel to a point where you have seen it. But if you're sticking around, give us a like and subscribe. So, what happened here? Well, in Fugitive of the Judoon, we saw the long-awaited return of Captain Jack Harkness. But even bigger than that was the reveal that the titular fugitive, Ruth, a modern-day, to us, tour guide, is a lot more than she originally seemed. She's actually an incarnation of the Doctor that we haven't seen before. Now, obviously, this is a huge revelation to Whovians, and a historic one at that, because Jo Martin is the first black actress to play this role in its decades-long history. Now, this wouldn't be the first time that we've been surprised with a previously unseen incarnation of the Doctor. If you remember the 50th anniversary special, that brought us the War Doctor, played by John Hurt, who retroactively bridged the 8th and 9th Doctors. And the Season 4 episode, The Next Doctor, had the person who thought he was the next Doctor, but ultimately wasn't. Ruth, however, seems to be the real deal, and for a show that involves a whole lot of time travel conundrums, this definitely creates a massive one that needs to be solved this season. But just how is this possible? Could Ruth really be the Doctor, or is she not who we think she is? Let's break it down right now. Now, the first and most obvious option is that Ruth is from the future, or at least the future from the point of view of the 13th Doctor. Now, this seems unlikely because Ruth doesn't have memories of being the 13th Doctor, but anything is possible. Another wrinkle in this theory is that Gallifrey exists for Ruth as well, even though for the 13th Doctor, Gallifrey has been destroyed by the Master. Wow, between getting caught in like a time war trap and getting sent to another dimension and now being destroyed, some planets just can't catch a break. Now, the second and third possibilities are that Ruth is from the Doctor's past and she's come back to the future. Wait, no, that's different. What are you talking about? Who wrote this? All right, one way this could work is a long-held fan theory called Season 6B. In that state, since we never saw the second Doctor explicitly regenerate into the third Doctor, there could be other unseen versions of the Doctor floating around out there. Now, this is similar to the aforementioned War Doctor and his regeneration being shrouded in mystery. Now, this is possible, but it throws off the whole numbering of regenerations. Now, typically, a Time Lord is limited to 12 regenerations. However, with the Matt Smith's 11th Doctor at the end of the line due to some numbering shenanigans with previous Doctors, the Time Lords gifted him another dozen, and that allowed him to turn into Capaldi's version of the Doctor. Now, if Ruth is a version of the Doctor between 2 and 3, this means the Doctor's regeneration should have run out earlier, somewhere around the David Tennant or Matt Smith era. But that's a pretty big plot hole that would need to be addressed. Now, another option creates a different set of plot holes, but fits into one of the mysteries of this season, the Timeless Child. Now, there's a possibility that the Doctor somehow has infinite regenerations, and this could be a version of the Doctor from before the first Doctor as we knew him, with his memories conveniently destroyed so he wouldn't know he was eternal. Now, of course, like any good fan theory worth its salt, this one has a whole other raft of issues that need to be addressed. Now, we've seen the Doctor as a child, and to describe it in human terms, he was a little white boy. Plus, Ruth recognized the TARDIS in phone box mode, and it was the first Doctor who stole the TARDIS and got it stuck like that, so she must be from after that. Now, the final and fan favorite option is that this is the Doctor, but from a different universe or dimension or something like that. And this would truly change the game for the Doctor, because while Gallifrey and the Time Lords were hidden in another dimension for a while, bringing multiple universes into the equation and meeting a true other version of the Doctor would massively shake things up. But we expect to find out exactly what's going on as Season 12 continues. But what do you folks think? Do you like that there's a secret Doctor? How do you think this all fits into the timeline? And are you glad that Captain Jack Harkness is finally back? Let's discuss. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, why not give us a like and subscribe while you're at it? If you want to get notified every time we go live with a new show or drop a new video, please feel free to mash that little bell. That way you can be up to date on all the latest rumors, theories, and news in the pop culture world.